to the House. He is not required to table his speaking notes. I call the Honourable Mark Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In light of that, Madam Speaker, I would ask the Minister to go away and to provide to the opposition the briefing notes and the papers from the police that he stated in the House tonight, saying that they do not support this bill and saying that this bill is going to be counterintuitive, because the opposition does not have those briefing notes. We have not received that information, and we'll go back and check the Hansard, but I'm sure the Minister has taken a call tonight in the House and quoted from a report and official documents that were provided by the New Zealand Police. So I would ask the Minister or someone or another Labor member that's going to take a call to go and get those documents and please table them for us, so as the opposition were able to take that advice and look at the information, because we have not had the we haven't seen that or those briefings. I just want to come back very quickly to the Police Association, because they do always genuinely have a very good feel for what is happening, and especially in relation to legislation like this. Bearing in mind and addressing the issue about why wasn't this brought to the House when the National Party was in government, this is a member's bill. This is a bill that the member felt strongly about, that was put on the ballot and was drawn from the ballot. And it was actually a bill that was driven out of a select committee process that was underway. So that's why the bill is in the House. I just want to go back to some comments that Chris Cahill made. Chris Cahill, who
Order. I will not have the two of you debating across the chamber. The Honourable Mark Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Chris Cahill, the President of the Police Association, I was reading an editorial report that he wrote just yesterday, and one of the issues that he is raising is a real concern about modern policing today is the fact that there is a rise in organised gangs and crime, that young police officers coming out of the college now within 2 or 3 weeks of having firearms presented at them, having to deal with the threat of firearms, normally just recently happened in Kaitaia apparently, normally in the hands of violent gang members. And this is a bill that's been brought to this House to give the police the power, those young police officers that are going out onto the street and putting themselves at risk, to be able to actually level the playing field a bit and to mitigate that risk. And we've got the opposition, or we've got the government standing in opposition to this bill. When you've got the police minister who seems to be missing tonight, because I'm sure that...
will not refer to
sorry, Madam
Speaker,
Speaker,
not in the chamber.
Sorry, Madam Speaker, you're right. The police minister, who has been a strong advocate and at every given chance has been very vocal about the fact that he's taking strong steps against gangs and organised crime, what's his position on this? What's his feeling about this, about a bill that's actually going to give the police service the ability to be able to go in there and don't give us part of the information, Minister. Don't give us part of the information. 600 searches. Give us all the information. Give us the whole picture, because you seem to be cherry picking at the moment to be able to make an argument against a bill that we see as being very effective in allowing our police force, our police service, to actually take steps against organised crime and criminal gangs. And I find it ironic that we were in the House before the last recess debating the NAPE bill, where it was okay for the government to bring a bill to the House to say that you could have warrantless searches when it related to dairy cows, but they're saying it's not okay to have a warrantless search when it relates to firearms in the hands of criminals and gang members. That to me is sending a very, very poor message to the people of New Zealand. Just let me give you a very quick example. What this means that the police service in Kaitaia received some information to say that there's some gang members, patch gang members, that are getting organised to go down to the local BP station and commit an armed robbery using sawn-off shotguns. And that information comes to the police. With this bill here, what it allows them to do, it allows them to respond immediately if they know that they're dealing with violent gang members that have got the prohibition attached to them around the ownership of firearms. It allows them to respond immediately. It allows them to go to that gang pad, it allows them to enter the property, and it allows them to search for weapons. And I actually think, similar to domestic violence orders. So, Madam Speaker, this is a very good bill. It's a bill that is actually going to level the playing field a bit. It is going to allow our police officers to go into a violent gang member's home and search and make sure that he's not in possession of firearms. It's going to help those young cops that are coming out on the street.
I apologise to the member. Your time has expired.
Firearms.
I call Raymond Hull.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I certainly